Well, 5:45 on the dot, baby. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope you guys are humping it out, humping and pumping tracks out, humping the tracks, all that good stuff. Let's get into some live song reviews / reactions because you know how it works, right? If you haven't been here before and you haven't joined us before, I am here to help you guys with your music, okay? Now, I don't know. There's people from all genres and all levels of music that join this live song review and upload their track, and that's always fun because you hear some really god-awful stuff and you hear some really, really great shit. And you guys got to be in here to kind of, I guess, be the middlemen, right? You got to be the ones going, "Hey, good job, good try," and I got to be the one to really give it the real shit, the real talk. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't hold anything back. If you haven't joined us before, I'm Bradley. This is Radium Records. Been making music for 25 years now, and yeah, Grammy, Emmy, Oscar-nominated work, platinum records, billion-dollar grossing films. I've worked on all of them, and a lot of really terrible stuff. So, for all the stuff I get to brag about, I also got to, not talk about the stuff that is out there that I don't want my name on, right? So it happens. It happens with everybody. So you guys, welcome. And if you get a second, just drop your name, drop your IG tag here. This really is for you guys. These live reviews are so you guys can connect with other people that are producers, artists, singers, songwriters, rappers, aspiring engineers, right? I am a mixing, mastering engineer, okay? I mix lots of records, so if you guys ever need help with mixing, I'm not cheap, but I'll get the shit done right. All right, let's get into it. Today we got a good little batch, so we'll probably get through everything, which is going to be awesome. And if you're not getting the link to upload your song to, you're not part of the mailing list. That's the problem, right? So if you're not part of the mailing list, you got to sign up to the mailing list to get the link, right? Okay, so if you want to be on the mailing list and you want to be able to join in on these Wednesday, Saturday song reviews, get your song reviewed live, then all you got to do is sign up for the mailing list. Send me an email, info@radium-media.com. Yo, it's good to see some of y'all in here, man. Rocco's back. He's been a while. He's been working out. Damn, dude, you looking fucking buff, man. Been getting those protein shakes in, doing the bench press. Shit, we going. We got Motrix. What's up, man? Motrix fam. He's been around. He's been around the block. All right, Zale, what's up, man? How you doing? Love this animation you got here, dude. Very cool. And then we got Inner City Dope, Casino 404 on Instagram. Go follow him. Steve Roth, what's up? How you doing? And then we got, get on the mailing list. Motrix knows what's good. All right, so here's the tracks. I'm going to start from date modified, which is basically when people uploaded. If you do want to skip the line, you can join the Radium Roundtable. It's $5 a month right here on YouTube, as well as you get some other kind of premium stuff, all right? Yo, here we go. Just tracks, what's up? Chauncey, that's what's up. We got the fam in here. Okay, let's move into it. I'm not trying to start Apple TV. Computer, get the hell out of here. What the hell? All right, let's go. Hey, M Money Fox, OMU. Fox is up first. Let's roll.
Okay, perfect. Money making rich. I'm on my way up, take heed to what I'm telling you. And you know I'm bringing all my fellas through, blocking the hate out as I meditate the sun too. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Chestnut checkers, this ain't a mystery. A leader leads by example, not by force. But we forcing our way through the door. Yeah. But we forcing our, yeah. Yeah. The proceeds from the soft to the hard, the illies by George. I should open a Rexall for sure. But wait, hold up, there's more. As I sit back, wait, counting up the cake. Flower watch it bake, they see chain smoking. Thinking I want more than just a block. Contemplating ways to clean funds from the ride. You know, everything we do, solid. Team full of flex, Cavanas. If it's crow's turn to eat, let them eat. Then when we come together, it's a feast. Get it out the belly of the beast. Watch faces screw as we cheese. Try to kind us out before. Shit, watch them come back here to the knees. Nigga, it's okay though. I told you niggas from a long time ago, man. This is my spot. This is our spot. I'm on my way up, take heed of what I'm telling you. And you know I'm bringing all my fellas through, blocking the hate out as I meditate the sun suit. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Chestnut checkers, this ain't a mystery. A leader leads by example, not by force. But we forcing our way through the door.
Okay, dope. Hey, you know, there's some really cool stuff about this track, and then there's some really, like, just not ever gonna work in a commercial aspect part of this track that I just got to talk about. So I'm gonna give the bad news first, okay? Bad news is this shit ain't gonna work anywhere. You ain't gonna get a record popping off with this kind of music. It's just not. It's not something that I think that people can catch on to, especially the majority of people, right? Like, they're not, first of all, going to hear like a beat with like some dark like piano loop that's 2 bars long, going for 33 seconds in the beginning. It's just not going to work. Like, nobody's going to hang on and listen to that. And it's like, you be lucky to get someone on your BeatStars account looking for beats to listen to a beat that long, let alone put on Spotify or Apple Music or get someone to actually like listen to this song. So getting to this part where the drums hit and you're actually going and rapping and you know, doing your thing, you need to get this shit going like right away. Like, we don't need all this. I don't know what this is. It's just a waste of space, right? Nobody needs to hear a murder piano beat loop for that long. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, is this really like, you know, people are shitting out this kind of loop in like, I mean, I can make this piano loop right here and give me like 10 seconds, like straight up. Okay, so that's the first thing. You're not giving us anything that's exciting up front. You're giving us something that's going to really lose, I'd say 80, 90% of people that are ever going to listen to even this style of music. You'll lose them on this. The beat's hard when it comes in. It knocks, right? That's a cool part of it. I like your voice. I think it sounds like dark and it sounds like, you know, like mysterious, and you're like telling a story, and it sounds more like, this is like very like artsy, you know, to me. Like, I feel like most people will be like, okay, I dig this because, you know, they're into like really artsy kind of rap styles. There's nothing really like catchy about it. Nothing really hooky, no melodies. It's a lot of talk, rap kind of stuff. And yeah, I just think nothing like crazy special about it. And I think it has a lot to do with the beat, man. Like, murder piano beats is just kind of, they're just not popping anymore. If you're going to do that, I think maybe you flip it and you do like a drill style drum pattern or something. Then it could be cool, you know? If you flip it where it's like unexpected, you don't have that like just trap beat halftime thing going at 130 BPM. Like, I don't know. That's my opinion. That's what you came here for, so I gave it to you. I think your vocals sound really like super heavy in the mid range. I think they can kick back and sit in the beat a little bit more. That's just like EQ stuff to me. You might be filtering out too much of the bottom. And then like overall, I think the beat hits pretty good. I think you got a good mix here and stuff. So good work on that. And yeah, overall just kind of feels like an artsy kind of rap thing that I think a very, very niche market. Like, it's going to be so small. But, you know, if that's your thing, keep doing it and improve on it and hone in on it and try to make it different. Like, try to flip it, you know? Try to do something different with this vibe. I mean, I've just heard that way too many times. All right, let's move on. Richard Roosevelt, spousal support. Let's go.
Truth is, I'm not too proud of this. I really meant to keep you out of this, but let's be honest, there's plenty I wasn't honest with. Playing politics, arguments I would try to flip. On college scholarship, getting rowdy like townies get. At every outing, I would see how high my bounty gets. While I was spouting shit, she was at home with shouting kids. She made me marvel, now she's missed just like Downey is. Damn. That's why I'm sounding sick. Shed enough tears to fill this fountain that I'm drowning in. Spent enough years expounding what all of the doubting did. A pioneer climbing mountains, I finally found my niche. 7 years counting, I finally found my itch. On the elevator up, I think I found my pitch. On the escalator down, I think I found my grit. But somehow in the mist became a lousy prick. I had to get it on my own time. I had to get it on my own time. You left me hanging like a clothesline. I felt I really hit a gold mine. I know you think you wanna leave, cause we don't ever get alone time. I'll support you in your dreams. I just wish that you support mine. Did you notice that I never lost my focus? Never lost my focus. Gave you flowers, gave you roses. I think we both can be more supportive. More supportive. More supportive. I had to get it on my own time. I had to get it on my own time. You left me hanging like a clothesline. I felt I really hit a gold mine. I know you think you wanna leave, cause we don't ever get alone time. I'll support you in your dreams. I just wish that you support mine. I had to get
Dope. Richard, I like it, man. I think you got something really cool here as far as like the storytelling. The sample, like the flip, everything, like you flipped it and that was cool. I think like overall the good things about this, and I think the strong points about this are the storytelling, the lyrics, painting the picture of like, you know, spousal support. I think that's a really cool, interesting concept, especially going into like 2022, you know, because it's time that people realize like people are making music from all walks of lives, right? Like it's not about being a rock star anymore. I mean, damn, the rock star idea, pop star idea, it's dead. Like nobody gives a shit about that. Most of the people that are like popping off really hard right now are just bedroom producers. Like, let's be real, you know, they're just like kids working out of bedrooms, adults, you know, working out of bedrooms, project studios, etc. So I think that that's really cool about this. It kind of is a sign of the times, which is really dope. Like I'm a producer, so I'm like just constantly thinking about like, how is the world going in music? Like, where are we headed? What's going on, right? Like there's no rock stars, pop stars. Like if they are, they're just because like labels are trying to still shoot that idea down your throat, and most people just aren't buying it. Like I'll be real, like nobody really gives a shit. Like there's very, very few people that are like fanboys or fangirls of certain artists. Like, oh my God, like Beatlemania. Like if you ever watch any of those documentaries on like Beatles and shit, we'll never have something like that ever again. Where they're getting off the plane and like people are just crying and shit, and like people are following them around town. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's not that big of a deal. Like, you know, I see like pop stars, rock stars all the time out in public in Hollywood. It's like not a big deal. See what I'm saying? So like I like this because it has that sign of the times. It feels more you know, authentic about storytelling, using music to tell stories and to make a common ground, which I think Drake does really well. You know, and I can tell Drake is a big influence of yours, but he does that thing where he like tells a story that's just very, very personal, and I think people connect with that. So good work with that. As far as like the mix and stuff, it just sounds really slam to me. It sounds, you know, I think your mixes always just kind of sound slam to me. They sound kind of just like over compressed, over EQ'd, The vocal's always the same. You have the same chain on every vocal every time, which is just really, really heavy on that mid-range, which I just don't really feel that much. That's just me, though. People hear things differently. And then the sample up front, that's going to be damn near impossible to make any money off of. You'll have to clear that. And I know that's not going to... You're basically going to give up all of your monies if you're ever going to try to monetize this or put it out, if you're using that sample at all. So that's just a heads up, whatever. Like, that's not a feedback on the song. But I do like everything. I think that it gets really busy, like in the mid-range and stuff, where there's so much stuff going on in the mids and the high mids that it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of a lot of information for my ears, right? And then the singing part, I feel like your voice is really congested there. It just sounds really like it's just really kind of honky, like nasally 800, 700 area. I would just check out that area and just start to clean that up a little bit. But it's dope. I like the vibe. I like the flip of it. The modern ideas and lyrics. Good work, dude. Keep going. You're always dropping cool stuff on us. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right, Paul, do it. You guys liking this? Throw some thumbs up. Show some love. You guys, that's what this is for, right? And if you guys ever want to keep this going, like PBS or like the library, throw some chats my way. You know what I'm saying? Happy to do this stuff for you guys for free, but it always helps. All right, so Paul, do it. Where is my faith? Let's go.
How did I get here? Why am I so scared and all alone? From deep inside came a mighty wind and blew my candle out. It doesn't take a genius to figure out something's very wrong. I need an antidote, a doctor's pill, or just a song. Where is my patience? Where is my faith? I know I don't belong here. This is not my fate. Will you be my guru? Will you be my saint? I'm seeing only black and white. Did you bring some pain? How did I get here? Why am I depressed? What is this all about? How come I can't define it? Take a rope and...
Okay, hey Paul, this is really cool. It actually reminds me of like some classic stuff. You know what I mean? It even has kind of that that just like classic Nashville feel to me. You know what I mean? And I can hear your influences in here as well. A little Johnny Cash kind of vibes in here, which I think is really cool. And I think the writing's pretty good as far as the lyrics and everything. You got a lot of timing issues with your vocals, and you're trying to put a lot of stuff into it, and you're just trying to fit too many words, I think, into the bars. Yeah, Neil Young for sure. Like, I hear that, Motrix. Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. But anyway, I just like love the... I love those classic feels in there. Overall, I think the instruments are kind of just detached from each other. The vocals like really muffled. It sounds like you literally have your hand over your mouth, which that's really hard because I can't really understand what you're saying too much. Where is my faith? I'm trying to figure out like what the song's about. And I think sometimes with songs, to break this down simple, it's like you just need like certain phrases that explain a lot more, right? It's like when you make a movie after a book, like Harry Potter, for example. You got like those huge books that are Harry Potter, and then you got the movies, and the movie just has to explain all of that huge book with like visuals and simple elements and ideas, right? And I think songwriting is the same way. You need to have simple ideas that anybody can understand what you're trying to say here. And I feel like with this, you do have like that Neil Young, Johnny Cash style of telling stories, but you know, just think about those guys and how they use phrases. They use phrases really, really well. You know, they have like really strong, like punctuated phrases that explain so much in just one little phrase, you know? So try to get into that, like where you can take this, and then I'm telling my story and I'm doing this and then that happened and this happened, and try to get that into like a cohesive, here's this phrase that tells that whole idea, right? I like the track's energy. I think it's a little erratic. It feels kind of like blah, 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 like stuff's going on everywhere. I think you can really hone in on the backbone of this, like getting the rhythm instruments to really just calm down and have like a very supportive, locked in groove. And you don't need, like, doing too much is not going to serve this song, you know? But overall, man, like I think it's a good start. And I think that if you ever want to like get your song fully realized, you should maybe work with a producer, work with a mixing engineer, work with people that can kind of like show you how to get this more clear picture of what you're trying to do here and tell your story. And that's kind of what I recommend for this, especially. Hire some people. Eric Allen, let's go. Last. Okay. I don't understand here. Eric Allen last. Okay, let's see if we can download this guy, because I don't understand why it's not doing it. It ain't doing it. It ain't having it. Maybe he changed like the... Yeah, there's nothing there. So that's just 4 bytes. Didn't upload. Motrix Music. Let's roll. Okay, so I don't usually on this channel give you guys reviews on instrumentals, but I told Motrix I would because we don't have too many uploads tonight. So here's the thing, man. Overall, like, it's just not smooth. The feel on the ears is really harsh in the mid-range, and I would really make sure you got that under control. It just feels really aggressive, mid-range, high mids. It's like someone yelling at you, you know, like when someone's just, you know, and that's just not going to go over well. So smooth out everything. Also, your drum samples and your choice of samples for your drums, they're just not good. I'm going to be like straight up with you. Those are not good drum samples. No good. No bueno. All right. It's just, they sound so cheesy and so like Ultra Beat Logic Pro from like 2005. Like, they just don't sound good. Like, your drums aren't hitting. They're getting slammed. I don't know if you're using your compressor wrong. I really don't know. I just have to look at it and see what you're doing. And by the way, you guys, I'm going to start offering one-on-one sessions to help people like dive into their mix over Zoom calls or in real life. I've been wanting to do that, but if you guys ever want to do that, hit me up, okay? Because I really do want to help people like get deeper into this mixing and these production things, or else you just kind of do the same thing over and over again and you're expecting new results. But it's just not hitting. Like, the drums aren't hitting. The bass is cool. Like, you got a sub bass in here when it hits on this drop, which I think sounds pretty good. It sounds subby. But the drums should really like be like, you know, like they should be punching. You should feel that shit in your stomach. You should feel that hit, you know? And it doesn't feel that way. It feels like floppy and like like it's just not impactful. And transients are everything when it comes to mixing and when it comes to this kind of vibe. Like, any electronic music, if you don't have transients, punch, definition, like shit's not like slapping, you're lost. You lose right away. People won't listen to the drop, you know? So I think it's like has a lot to do with sound selection and just kind of clearing space. Like, remember, silence is your friend in EDM, especially modern EDM and drops, because that's where you get the impacts. Boom, you know? Like, you have to give them the silence, the really loud. It's about dynamics. It always will be, especially with this kind of style of music and any modern music, you know? Like, we want dynamics. We want silence. We want heavy. We want, you know, this crazy shit. My buddy, dude, you should check out my buddy, Joyride. I think you'd really fuck with his music. And he used to be in the studio behind me when I was just tap in with his shit, dude. Like, and just like pay attention to what he's doing, man. Like, he's just got these like really, really crazy fucking drops. But definitely tap in with Joyride, dude. This is the homie.
Where you at? Don't say you left me too. What hurts the most comes from the no room for feelings. Bodies hit the flow. Don't want no song. She love to kill, nothing but time to kill. She gon' ride with me, but she gon' die with me. I don't need no help, and I got that nine with me. She gon' slide with me, she gon' ride with me. I don't need nobody else if I got mine with me.
Just like listen how he shapes sounds. Like, everything is so like on purpose. And when you're doing that style of music, everything has to be like super like tuned in, man. So yeah, he's dope, man. He's such a good dude. He's such a good guy. All right, so just tracks. Let's move on. Hopefully that was helpful, Motrix.
Yeah. This is love, been. Still get your loving. Someone who don't love you like your loving. Yeah, still get your loving. Someone who don't love you like your loving. Broken hearted left you scarred, make it hard for you to trust it. Open up, but just enough to show you love still. Still get my heart, I'm in the heart to show that love real. Look in your heart to find out everything you are still. Embrace your flaws for what they are, just know that scars heal. Still get my loving. Someone who don't love me like my loving. Broken hearted left me scarred, made it hard for me to trust. Still give my heart to everyone I cannot see to set them free. Locked inside a state of mind, you cannot breathe. Oh, I put this love inside this music for whoever going through it. Spill my heart to pour into you. If I hurt you, this one for you. She gave her loving. Someone who ain't love her like she love her. Learn to trust them, open up, but not enough to see who for it. Close enough that when we touch it, made you wonder, would you ever love another? Oh, still give my heart to everyone I cannot see to set them free. Locked inside a state of mind, you cannot breathe. Ay, still give your loving. Someone who don't love you like your loving. Broken hearted left you scarred and make it hard for you to trust shit. Open up, but just enough to show you love still. Still give my heart, I'm in the heart to show that love real.
Yo, I vibe with this. I think this is a really good look, Just Tracks. Like, it's a vibe. It sounds really dope. I love the sample. I think it has that Drake feel to it for sure. I think you got to take a breath. I think you got to have a drop. Like, that. We need a little break from you just like gassing the whole time. Just because like it kind of just like, okay, loving. Like you got to give the ear a break. You got to give like time to tell the story. I think something that could really be effective with this track, because it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds long, is throwing a bridge in there, you know? Even if you got a singer that came in and it just kind of like padded out a little bit and just kind of told the story a little bit more, or slowed down a little bit more, you know what I mean? Where you have like sort of that like aha moment, or that, yeah, let me tell you what's really going on moment, or here's how I really feel moment sort of thing. I think that could serve this song like crazy. Like I think it would be really dope. Right now it kind of feels like a freestyle. It just feels like an interlude track, you know what I mean? Like you're on an album and like this comes in, and yeah, like straight Wale for sure. I can hear Wale on this, absolutely. But you know, just that it sounds like an interlude right now. It sounds like something you would hear like in the middle of a 21 song, you know, album from Drake, you know what I mean? Yo, Motrix, appreciate you so much for that, man. It means a lot, seriously. And I think like you need a bridge on something like this, even if it's an instrumental bridge with like some ooh, or like some da 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 da, you know, just like a moment where you go, oh, thank you. Okay, and then you could come back in and gas and like, you know, hit the chorus again. But I really do like the vibe. I think it's really dope. It has a modern feel. I like your voice. I think this shit in here where it gets kind of raspy and broken up, like that's super dope.
She gave her loving, someone who in love her like she love her. Learn to trust them, open up, but not enough to sue for it. Close enough that when we touch it, made you wonder, would you ever love another? Oh, still.
Another thing is, I'd like to hear the vocal drier. Just feel like it's a more modern look to kind of have a more dry vocal. And I also feel like a drier vocal, meaning just like pull back the reverb. You know what I mean? You don't need all that room verb and stuff. I think like when you have a dry vocal on top of the beat like this, it just feels much more vulnerable. You know what I mean? I think people will connect with it more. When it's like super like spacey and reverbed out, it just feels kind of like you're kind of further away, you know, from us and your story, and we can't really connect with the story. So drier vocal, like really just in your face kind of, yeah, let me tell you. Because of that like throat thing you got going on, you sound vulnerable. So like, why not make it more vulnerable? You know what I mean? Like, why take away from it? It feels like when you make like a very bold statement and then you just kind of smear it and go, oh no, I don't want to be too vulnerable. Don't be afraid of that. You know, music is about being vulnerable. It's about connecting with people. And that's why we make music, right? I mean, you're not going to make $1 million off this unless you're really lucky and you do it for a long time and, you know, you live a lifestyle of it. But that vulnerability will definitely help you connect with more people. And more people means, you know, more opportunities to connect with more people. You know, like you get to tell your story, you get to learn to, you know, to love and give and reciprocation, you know, like people will reciprocate that with buying your records or buying your tickets. And I mean, I think money is like the effect of being in love with communicating, being in love with connecting and storytelling. It's not the other way around. You don't like love money and then you connect and you keep getting money. It's just not the way it works. So with music, you really have to learn how to be vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there, like in a heavy way. All right, let's move on. Rocco Villani, OC for real.
OC for real. Power Kingdom. Yeah, let's get this.
For all the times I couldn't buy shit. Whoa. About to fuck around and flex. For all the times I didn't have shit by that Christmas tree. Woo. I'm about to fuck around and flex. Don't ask me about the jewelry on my neck. Whoa. Just know it cost a check. It's time to flex. Ooh, wait. Flex.
I separate niggas like life forms from right or wrong. Sleep with one eye open and the lights on. My pythons are stronger than that man from Krypton. And if you sleep on OC, your ass get flipped on. I spit spatted, blood tatted, splattered the walls. Coming from the streets, answering all calls. If you got beef, homie, I got saws. Cut you down in the blink of an eye, a lost cause. Pause, a moment of silence for all the lost. I'm back, professionally taking care of your girl's drawers. I'm sick like that, I drag her on all fours with no remorse. Now she's calling me the boss. Hey,
For all the times I couldn't buy shit. Whoa.
Yo, I'm gonna say, like, you got that Bobby Digital flow. That RZA, the Jizza, Wu-Tang, baby. Yeah, I mean, I grew up on that style, you know what I mean? So, couple things. The hook sounds great. I think it sounds like you almost like got someone on the hook, or you bought the beat with the hook or something, and then you put the verses down. The verses don't sound mixed into the track, okay? So meaning like they sound very dynamic, which means you need to compress harder and you need to get them to sit in the track, like the choruses, right? The use of delays on the chorus is just kind of really dated. Like, that's a dated sound, and maybe, you know, that's what you're going for, bro. Like, I don't know, you know, that's probably, you know, the OG kind of classic Wu-Tang, Bobby Digital, RZA vibe. It's cool, man. Like, I fuck with that. I just think it's been done before, so you got to figure out how you can do it differently. Which it's kind of different being on a trap beat like this. But the chorus and like doing delay throws are really dated. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, delay throws were cool like a couple years ago in mixing, like, you know, check, 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 you know, like that kind of stuff. And especially ping pong delays or anything like that. Super dated, bro. Like, what you should do instead on the hook is have ad libs, right? Like, so when he's saying check, you could just have someone doing check, check, you know, check, check, like just have ad libs instead of delays. Delays just no work, no worky. I don't know why I said no work, but yeah, that's really my my expertise is mixing, right? Like mixing, production, and staying up with those sounds that are up to date. Like, I study that shit. You know what I mean? Actually, I'll show you a mix I did because I think you can maybe grab something from it for this female artist. The producer's name is Kino Valentina, but this was like a really cool mix, and I thought this was like, you know, they had cool production elements in it. Maybe you get something from this because this is what your shit kind of reminded me of this, basically.
My diamond hit, I'm on a new wave. They know I lit, my diamond hit, I'm on a new wave. Besides my kids, but I found fit, yeah, that new way. They tell me go get it, and I went and got it. Run that shit up, nobody can stop it. Talk my shit, you know I'm a pipe. Put me a show, you know I'm a right. Cardiac link, can't see through the shade. They said that I'm cocky, ain't stuck in my way. I ain't look at the time, I been getting paid. They still lurking, trying to see what I made. They love when I rap, they know I can't sing. Can't wait to give me a house and a maid. Shit that I spend, I ain't have what I say. With the rush shit, I don't have my way. Tell the truth, I swear I been getting it. Hands and feet, I'm stacking it tall. Rubbing money, and when I get pinned, I'm stacking it up on the wall. John Week, I kill my dog. Half of these niggas ain't saw what I saw. Most of these niggas ain't bought what I bought. Most of these niggas don't flow how I flow. I swear I'ma shoot, you know I ain't nervous. Mama, I swear your baby been working. Got me a bag, ain't talking about burger. Mama know I ain't never like purse. Can't feed my move, I'm closing the curtain. I went for sure, but not for certain. Open these streets, get ugly and dirty. Give me my aux, I know that it worked. They know I lit, my diamond hit. I'm on a new wave. Besides my kids, but I found fit, yeah, that new way. They tell me go get it, and I went and got it. Run that shit up, nobody can stop it.
Yeah, I just feel like if she had, like, you know, on the chorus, like if she was going, I'm on a new wave, like, I think that would just make it sound really cheesy, you know what I'm saying? So I think just kind of like stick to, you know, not putting in too many like cheesy ear candy delay throws and stuff. I think that'll help quite a bit. But yeah, it's all about the mix for me on this one. And, you know, it's not mastered either. You can obviously tell that. It's just not loud and like competitive. Let me listen to the chorus here again.
Fuck around and flex. For all the times I didn't have shit by that Christmas tree. Woo. I'm about to fuck around and flex. Don't ask me about the jewelry on my neck. Whoa. Just know it cost a check. It's time to flex. Ooh, wait. Flex.
Yeah, just those certain elements that make it sound really dated and just not in a good way, right? Like that that transition. That's just been used so many times in trap music. You know, just certain things, man. Like, you know, take this out, take that out, do ad libs instead. Like, you know, there's some cool voices and cool textures on here, which I think is going to be your key thing here is like the differences, right? You got like this classic kind of Wu-Tang flow on it, and then you got this like, you know, super hyper kind of, you know, upper range chorus on there, which I think is cool. So hopefully that was useful. But yeah, I thought it has great energy. Zale Rudiger OX, I don't know what that says. Exol. Let's go.
So, because I can't stay away, I actually wrote one last song for the last episode, and I would love to play it here. Please do.
I see you and I were walking through the lilies tied to the ground, and I see you and I were singing along with the bird sounds. I see you and I were walking through the lilies tied to the ground, and I see you and I were singing along with the bird sounds. Running away, don't let us stop. Don't let us stop, no, don't let us. Running away, don't let us stop. So take it away. Why do they say it grow like that? It's a long way to heaven, so don't look back. Guess they're just busy, go ahead and detach with you. 'Cause I see you and I were walking through the lilies tied to the ground, and I see you and I were singing along with the bird sounds. I see you.
Yeah, I love the vibe. It's super dope. I just love like that future bass kind of vibe and like the little, you know, signature things. Super dope. Zell, you should definitely join my music mentoring group, the Radium Roundtable, just because we're pitching briefs all the time. Like I get, I don't know, I'd say probably 3 to like 12 briefs every week for the Radium Roundtable that they can pitch music for sync licensing to through publishers and people that I know and that I'm connected with. And I think you do well in the group. I think you can get some syncs. You can get your music placed on some TV shows, TV promos, even commercials. Like this could work on a lot of commercials, like a Samsung commercial or something, you know what I mean? So definitely consider joining that group. It's like $300 for a whole year. So it's like highly affordable. And I got a guy right now in the group that is pitching with me a song for $100,000 placement on a commercial. So you can easily make your money back very, very simply. And obviously you get like Zoom calls with it, and you get a community of people that are doing the same thing and feedback on your music and all that stuff. Highly recommend it. Just send me an email. You got my email. You know where to find me. I think everybody here has my email. Like I send you guys emails like a motherfucker, right? I love this vibe. I think the vocals are getting a little bit secondary, which kind of bums me out because I really like the vocals and I really like the feel of them. And sometimes I feel like the drums are kind of like taking precedence over them, like especially in this part right here.
It's a long way to heaven, so don't look back. Guess they're just busy, go ahead and
You know, I get like the vibe of the vocals. I understand they're supposed to be like ethereal and stuff, but the drums like coming on top of the vocals just feel like they're clobbering them a little bit, like that snare drum, the clap, you know, snap thing. I think that's really cool. But it's just kind of on top of that vocal, you know. So be careful with that. I think the vocals on this should really be the star. And when you get to the drop and stuff, you can have the vocal kind of play in an instrumental part, right? Like where it's you know, and it kind of goes with the melody and it kind of plays the synth line sort of thing. But otherwise, I think the vocals like on the verses and anytime you have just drums and it's like more minimal, have those vocals really just be like, oh, that's a vibe. I like that. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to understand the story. I want to be brought into the story. And then when you go into the drops, you can like have those vocals kind of take a back seat again or just blend into the music better, right? But yeah, this is a really cool arrangement and it's a cool track. And I like the way you're doing that because it's like, it's very original for future bass, you know? Like it feels like singer-songwriter meets future bass meets like washed out like dream pop, indie, synth pop kind of stuff, which is really dope. Even like bedroom pop. And I know there's so many terms now for music and different subgenres, but I really do think that this is a very, very good use of like crossing many genres, which if you're trying to release music can actually go against you, which sucks because, you know, playlisting and stuff, people get really specific about playlists. But if you are looking to sync your music and actually make money with your music, I think it can be a really good thing. It's very strong to have things that are kind of like, I don't know what this is, you know? Advertising agency, creatives, executive directors, producers, music supervisors, they're always looking for stuff that's interesting, has different textures and combinations that they go, whoa, that's different, you know, I've never heard that before, that's so unique, you know, and this is so cool. And editors, video editors that are making those commercials and those promos, they want interesting stuff to chop to, right? So definitely join the group and jump in, dude, because I got definitely some sync briefs that you can nail and make some money off of, right? And if anything, you just like start honing in on what these people want for pitches, and you could take your music and make some money off of it and get it heard. You know what I mean? So good work and a great last note to leave on, you guys. Appreciate you guys coming through. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I think it's super, super important. So many people watch the videos and they watch the plugin of the week and the podcast and they get on these live reviews, but they're not even subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you be subscribed? Because when it notifies you that some new cool shit just came out, it's not going to be a waste of your time, I promise you. It's going to be something where I'm showing you how to use a cool plugin, or it's another live song review. And a lot of the times people miss them because they're like, dude, I didn't get notified or whatever, right? So just make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's going to be helpful for everybody. And I've actually released a single last Friday. That you guys can definitely check out, and if you like it, you know, add it to your playlist, etc. It's called The After All, and I always, of course, use this platform to do some shameless self-promotion because, you know, I get to listen to your guys' stuff. You got to listen to mine. So I'll just leave you on this and let this be the last thing you hear tonight. And it's The After All. It's the latest single I've dropped. I've dropped 3 songs now, and also an anime. I did a soundtrack for an anime under Sony, so you can check that out. Here it is, and I'll leave you with it.
Down the bullet
right, you guys, go check it out, stream it up, and I don't know, I probably had like my mic on as well, so you're just like hearing double. But add it to your playlist, you know, show some love, show some support, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. All right, peace.